Rap, bro.
You ever see
Big
that dude without a beard? Oh, that's an ugly nigga, dog. That beard is saving his life. It's saving his life. That dude is bad. He in bad shape, dog.
rough situation that man got going on. Damn, that's crazy. We
He
are
might
here.
never need
We
to
are
shave
here.
that
We
joint.
are here. We are back for another episode of the Everyday Gyms podcast, episode 56. As y'all can see, I got the whole gang with me. I'm a little under the weather. I just got back in town. Yeah, I got a caught a cold out there, but it's all good. I'm back in the
That is,
motherfucking game, so it's all love. How y'all feeling, fellas? Y'all good?
yeah.
hanging in there. Come on, boy.
Damn shame the 144th pick got the highest selling jersey, but that don't mean shit. That's just motherfuckers rooting for a nigga.
Who that?
Well, you know,
Shador has the number one selling jersey
shout out to
Sounds
Shador.
about right.
at 144, and these ain't all Cleveland fans, because let's be real, them niggas
Oh
ain't
no.
good. So yeah,
Also, man, our engineers. I think he's a little tired today, so y'all don't pay him no mind. He's a little tired today. He's been working hard, making sure all the gets and the gadgets and the plugs and the wires been straight, so our mics was good. So he been working hard. He was doing a lot. He got his engineer shit going on. So we straight. So he a little tired, but Deontay got him. He gonna be all right. He gonna be all right. Yeah, man. So let's jump into this NBA real quick. First round. Look, certain ones I guess ended up the way it's supposed to end up. I don't think they had a couple of them that was like, all right, that was expected. How many sweeps we had? 3 sweeps, 2 sweeps, 2, or just 1?
Two.
2 sweeps. We had the
Milwaukee. That wasn't the Cleveland swept Miami, and the
yeah, which
Thunder
was
swept the Grizzlies.
that was those both were expected.
that was a little
Um,
more than the normal sweep with the Grizzlies, where they beat the shit out of them boys. It
what was
was
the
only
average? What was the
interesting the
average spread
last
of them
game.
games?
Yeah, they ran them boys out the gym
It was they had.
repeatedly.
What was it? It was what, a 40-point win, a 50-point win, and
55.
It
Yeah,
was 55, and then it was like 30, which was
then
a major come up for the Grizzlies.
fucking snuff a few snuff films. This guy in the room just yelled action. We gonna lube up? Nope.
yeah,
We ain't
we
even
all
gonna fix the
right.
lighting in here. Just get to it.
What you say, Sean?
The director said we ain't even gonna fix the lighting in here. Just get
Nope.
to it.
Yeah,
He took the lampshade off the lamp and just said, all right, let's go. Like, damn,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
That's enough.
yeah.
That's enough
Cue the
contrast for this.
Yeah, it's like, God, Jesus. This is what we're doing right now. This is what we
Cue the
doing.
music. Let's go.
Cue the music is crazy.
Get her done.
Wow. Wow. God.
Yeah. They got a live band in there.
It was a bad day for the Grizzlies. God damn. Is there anything you think they're gonna or they can do in the offseason before we get anybody else to improve that roster? Because they
Who,
just
the
got
Grizzlies?
fucking manhandle. Yeah.
Trade job Morant for Trey Young.
Shit, they'll be the same position. They'll win one game instead of losing 4.
But it depends on who they playing. They might not be in that position no more.
Now, I do agree with you with the trading job. But I
Wow.
think I think it benefits him more than it benefits the Grizzlies.
I think, but no, wait a minute. I
They
think
don't have to get the value to get better.
it might be bad for Ja to be in Atlanta. That might be worse than being in Memphis. He might get into more shit in Atlanta.
He can come on
But
to
I
the
think
Pistons.
honestly,
Ain't nobody making no money over Detroit.
But see, if they put John on the market, there's gonna be a handful of teams that's going there. So
Oh, yeah.
Atlanta might still be stuck with Trey Young, to be honest. Even though I think Ice Cold
When
should
is
be.
his contract up, dog? I feel like he's been
No,
in
I
the league
think people
for
just
10
don't
years.
want Trey Young. People just don't like him. That's the reality because he ain't making a whole lot of money.
Wow,
I think people just don't fuck with him as a player and as a person.
that's kind of weird.
And then I think the Hawks are probably asking for everything under the sun. And like, nigga, are you kidding me?
That's why he just want to walk. What year? What year did he get him this deal? Like,
Yeah, he can't have but a couple. I think he might have 2, maybe.
It's the same. He has the same Jonas Luca. Him and Luca came in the same draft. So if Luca got 2 years left, he got 2 years left.
there it is. Hopefully he can walk and go somewhere else. Fuck it.
He needs to walk because he'll be like Dominique Wilkins, just a whole lot of points on a sorry ass team.
Yeah.
Make the playoffs to get bounced in the first round. If you're lucky, bounce in the second round. But as far as being an actual threat, nah.
Ja need to
That
bring
man,
his ass from Detroit.
that man went to a conference finals 3 years ago, man. 4 years ago, yeah.
Man, listen, Ja can hold up all types of gunshot sound. Nobody give a fuck in Detroit. That's the D. We don't give a fuck.
The
Shit.
problem is they're gonna ask for probably one of them important pieces. I doubt if, we know they're not getting Cade, but they're gonna ask for somebody else. They're gonna ask for one of them or multiple key guys on y'all team. So
Take
it's one
what's
of
the
the
boy
things,
name?
does the value outweigh what you're gonna lose? And I think that's also what some teams
Our
do in
backcourt
trade.
would be great. Cade can play the two.
Yeah, but it's what do you got to give up?
I don't
Them
think we want
intangible
Cade playing the
guys is
two
what
though.
make Detroit Detroit. See, when I look at Detroit, they look like a better run version of that Brooklyn team that made the playoffs that year when it was just motherfucking Karis LeVert and Dinwiddie and what's the dude that keep getting in trouble in LA and they keep trading for Lynn? What's the boy
Come on,
name?
D'Lo.
D'Lo. Like that team was gritty. They made a run. The next year they got rid of everybody and went for the Durant, Kyrie, Harden package. But that team made the playoffs. They was pushing teams, but Detroit is just a better version of that. Execute with better. They play within the offense. They play within themselves. Why break it up? I understand star power, but you guys are young. You want to still one of the youngest teams in the league. Let it grow.
I'm just saying. I know.
Trying to
I agree with that. I agree with that. I just said no. We have a lot of cap space because we ain't paying nobody.
Yeah. But
Nobody
see,
getting no real money.
they're gonna try to fleece y'all because they're looking at okay, well, Morant's the biggest star. We know we ain't getting Cade, but we want this guy, this guy. They might not take Tobias, he's an older guy, but we'll take the Stewart guy. And like them pieces is what make Detroit Detroit. So it's like sometimes breaking up the nucleus isn't the right thing.
I don't think Stewart wouldn't even start. That's Anthony Mason though. We ain't got that.
Hey, Anthony Mason was clutch for the Knicks.
He ain't get shit done.
One thing I think teams will keep in mind with Ja is his injury history right now is a little.
Yeah,
That's
starting
a
to pile
fact.
up.
He's been hurt the last 3 fucking years.
And it's people like to bring that up a lot about Zion, but you can bring it up about Ja. It's like, is he gonna be on the court? And
That's a fact.
I think Zion is a piece that probably will get traded this year, actually.
Nobody want that man. Like, bro, if he
Somebody's going to bite.
gonna get Zion.
Somebody's going to bite, bro. Ben
Zion
Simmons is still in the NBA, so that alone says somebody's going to bite on Zion.
So, yeah,
You know what?
thing with him is they complain about his
Deontay,
weight.
I have nothing to say. But you're right. You are. I have nothing. I have nothing.
Teams
got it.
People,
Ben
people
Simmons is
who
still in
watch
the league.
basketball, they constantly complain about Zion's weight, and then when you watch this boy play, the nigga's still a freak of nature, even though he might be overweight.
But I don't think it's the.
Way in
I don't
hell
think
you,
it's the. I don't
bro,
think
if
it's
you're
the
30
freak of
pounds
nature,
overweight and
no,
you're still jumping to the top of the backboard.
But it's not that. I think they telling him it's like anybody, right? If you keep getting injured, they saying you got to take some of that pressure off your too much weight off your body. That's why they keep saying he keep getting injured. That's what they're trying to contribute the injuries to because he's too heavy.
The nigga don't
like
play
Luka.
basketball in the offseason. He has soft tissue injuries. Bro, do some yoga.
So go get DDP. That's crazy.
Stretching, stay limber. That nigga, all he hit the most work he do in the off season is fork to mouth. That's what he does in the off season.
I thought you was gonna say something else, but
because it started off bad. It started off.
It was going.
That's that self alley joint. Hit it off the backboard, catch it.
Yeah,
myself.
you threw that to yourself.
I thought he was gonna say something else.
Yeah, it got dark for a second, but the sun came through. So
you think about it. If you put Zion on an actual contender, I guarantee you all that weight gain will change. You put him on a team with some veteran guys who can get in his head, like, hey, this is what you need to do to rally the troops. Because clearly you see these young dudes don't call the older guys. I'd be calling fucking Rasheed Wallace, all these dudes, bruh. Kevin Garnett, man, all them dudes I'd be touching bases with on how to maintain and stay in basketball shape. Like these dudes are like literally right there. I never understood about the young athletes. Why not reach out to these guys?
But I think it's a two-way thing, though. I mean, that generation is kind of standoffish with the young players too,
Yeah.
because they
KG
come
be
out
gassing these dudes up.
they be coming out the gate like, oh, these dudes soft. I don't like them. He's just like, all right, well, why would you want to talk to them dudes? You know, these dudes get on a show and make an example out of one of the young
Oh no,
stars.
see
Like,
that's the thing. We me if I'm hollering at anybody, any old dudes, hey bro, you can turn the camera off. We talking man to man, one on one behind the scenes. You
what
know what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying is
That's the thing
they
that I
don't
think.
they don't present themselves that way. Like AI presents itself like the door is open. A lot of them don't. So
Yeah,
I
it's a
think
fact. They don't.
that's
That's why, but
where
the stuff I said, like Garnett. Garnett is one of the ones who has that. Like he the way he talks is like he wants to big up the young guys. He's one of the ones who's like telling some of the old niggas, man, you gotta let these kids live.
yeah, because Garnett like to see when he sees something that reminds him of when he played. That get him like Ant and different dudes like that. It get him to be like, oh, okay, yeah, I like this.
Yeah.
Even dudes that don't play like that, where it's like a Jokic, you can't deny it when
Yeah.
somebody's being
Now I'm not
great.
saying you go to Shaq, what
Oh no, I ain't.
Perkins,
We ain't even talking about
Perk
Shaq.
them
Shaq's
guys
a
who
hater.
be
We know
gassing the
we
young
can't talk
bucks.
to Shaq, but
Yeah.
I'm just
Shaq
speaking in
probably the one
general.
that's talking to Zion. Fucking getting big
Pass
I
on the
agree
already
donut.
that.
Hey,
sandwiches.
bro, eat this glaze. You ever tried this glaze with the chocolate on the inside? What the
But what we not addressing is Zion has to want to lose the fucking weight.
I was just
Yeah.
about to
true?
say,
Exactly.
He has to put in the fucking effort. Look at Luca. This whole Luca situation. Nico Harris is not looking too crazy right now. Him going out there getting his ass whooped like that in the first round.
And he was
Overweight.
exhausted in game.
We already know he can't guard a fucking cone. And I just keep going back. Every time we talk about weight issues, I just think about Jokic. In 2019, that man was overweight and he was a fucking problem then. Then the man got in the fucking gym and slimmed down. Now the motherfucker is unguardable.
Yeah,
You
perennial
cannot stop
MVP.
this.
and when you talk about those
Don't
two,
jump
that's
higher
the
than
thing.
me. It's untouchable. Jesus
You got to
Christ.
look at who's around Jokic. It's clearly some people that's like, look, you could be better than what you are. Let's do that. Let's lock
Yeah,
in. And like you said, the effort got to come from the player, and it got to be the right people around Zion. Got to be the right people around Luca. So,
yeah.
um,
Because I think if
You know,
Charles Barkley wasn't so wishy washy, he's the perfect example of what Zion should do. He came in the league 300 some pound, undersized power forward. Moses
yeah,
Malone.
I think a problem that a lot of these young kids have, some of it, just from this perspective, only this part. I think they got to stop praising these young kids so early.
I agree
Like,
completely.
like Zion and people like Ben Simmons, fresh out of high school, going into ninth grade. I mean, sorry, freshman in college. Zion in 11th grade, like LeBron. It was like, oh, is he gonna be the next LeBron? Is he the
Yeah.
so? It's like, nigga, I ain't gotta do nothing because niggas know,
They got anointed.
yeah, they already anointing me, so I'm gonna be that guy. And then you get to the league and you find out, sir, it look easy.
You're a guy, not the guy.
Yeah, but again, I always say this. I like dragons, but it's funny. Robert Stockeray did not touch the floor, and then in summer league was giving niggas 30.
Yeah.
Couldn't sniff the floor with LA. So it's not as easily thinking. I think a person like Zion, who's just been, and that's he can't ball with him because he can when he's in the game, he's great.
Yeah,
But
he's 25 and 7.
he has nothing else to work on in the sense of like, nigga, I do it all because I'm great because they told me I was great from the beginning. I feel like Ben Simmons had the mentality, and then he got that rude awakening. Now he's like, I can't play because no one likes me. Like, shut the fuck up.
Going
So
to the court in a straight jacket.
that's how I look at it with that dude. He's still hurt from that. He had a mental breakdown. Nigga got talked about so bad it was bad. His back went bad. He got the T-Mac back after somebody told him he can't hoop.
He should feel guilty for all that damn money he was stole.
yeah, all that money, you should be able to get a chiropractor.
Shit, he should have a whole new. He should have an animanium body at this point. As much free money he got.
Nigga was wearing alligator jackets on the
motherfucker,
goddamn
dude.
court. But yeah, so we had those two sweeps, and then I mean the Knicks. Oh God, the Knicks beat my Pistons. I ain't mad though. I was hurt because I feel like it should have been 3-2 the other way because we got robbed on 2 games. But
You got robbed in game 4.
Yeah,
You got
New
robbed in
Orleans
game
nasty
4.
work.
So basically, you're
You
saying that
blew game 3. You blew
Y'all
game
have
3.
win.
You
Y'all let
got
fall.
robbed in game 4. You took game 5, and then you lost in 6.
Yeah.
You didn't win a game at home.
Your inexperience showed up in 3.
Yeah, that's what it
Dang.
was. I ain't mad. Like I said, we were
Which means y'all
25
are
games
right
last
there.
year.
You're
You
right
played
there.
well enough. You could have beat them in 5. You
So-
played well enough to beat them in 5.
You did.
But them motherfuckers in New York got some fucking grit to them. They gonna fucking fight to the very goddamn end. When you got a motherfucker like Jalen Brunson that just when it's fourth quarter time, he shines every time.
Yeah, clutch player of the year. He's definitely that dude, man.
So that's
Yeah,
why I'm saying Detroit stay pat, man. Y'all in the right direction. Y'all went from the cellar to the 5 seed
Yeah.
25 games last year is crazy.
to a 50-win team. And really the only addition y'all made was Tobias Harris, who most people don't even think he's any good.
Nah, we got Schroeder at the beginning in the middle of the season, didn't we?
Yeah, you got Schroeder later.
We got
A,
Schroeder,
Ger- a German version of Tobias Harris. 2 guys that they think are moderate NBA
That's
players. They're
fucking
not really
crazy.
They don't really consider them impact players. They're just veteran guys.
Schroeder is a pretty decent player wherever you go, though.
That nigga's a veteran guy.
He's a veteran Jag.
Yeah, exactly. With a German accent.
But hopefully next year we learn from this, man. Again, we got the whole squad coming back. You know what I mean?
Y'all pushing this. I think
staff,
either y'all gonna push through, or you're gonna push
Yeah.
whoever in the first round to 7 games. Y'all gonna push through. Keep going. Just keep the core, keep the team together, and maybe add a piece here and there, but no major
draft well.
You didn't have Ivy either, so you gotta get your full team together and see what you can do with a full roster. But
because the Ivy kid, that's the athletic kid. That's the dude. That's your slasher. That's your Ja Morant type player.
Yeah.
I think y'all need a second option, a clear second option to play off
Or a guy who
Cade.
can space the floor, who can shoot the outside.
Once y'all get that, I think that'll really shift it, and it'll put y'all in a good window of being like, all right, we can let's push for it.
Because to be honest, I think at this point you guys are turning to a place where some guy might want to come.
Yeah, y'all keep
he leaves
going
the
in
team and they choose to come
direction.
to Detroit, and y'all don't have to give up nothing to get him. Bro,
Yeah.
all it takes is a glimmer. And when you look at Detroit,
We don't have, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, we don't have a history of players like I want to go play up there.
I was about to say I don't know about
We
all
don't have
that.
a history of niggas.
I don't know about all that. It might be a situation where okay, Detroit got a little more money offer. I'll go to Detroit type shit. You know, I don't think nobody wakes up and said I want to play for the Detroit Pistons. I don't know about that.
So y'all traded for Rasheed, right?
Yeah, we traded Rasheed to Atlanta. He played 1 game in Atlanta, and then he ended up in Detroit. So and I said they were going to win the fucking championship now because they got fucking Rasheed, and they won the fucking championship.
That was another trade, right? That was another trade.
Rip Hamilton was traded for Stackhouse. That was the Wizards. They swapped shooting guard for shooting guard. Chauncey Billups was a journeyman. They drafted Tayshaun, and Ben Wallace was slowly becoming a journeyman.
And Antonio McDyess chose to go there.
After his knees was fucked up.
I'm about to say, Antonio McDyess wasn't even a starter anymore.
He was giving him 15 off the bench.
After Denver, he was fucked up after that.
He was giving 15 off the bench with bad knees.
But he wasn't the guy he was. He wasn't the NBA Jam version of Antonio McDyess.
That Detroit team didn't need to be the guy.
What we're saying is that it's not a place where people like I want to go. Like nigga, I gotta go to Detroit.
You guys don't need it. That's what I told you already. You guys don't need a super. You have a superstar already. That's Cade. You need a guy who's willing to play his role. A guy who's going to stretch the floor, play good defense, hustle. You don't need a guy who's a star to add to it. No, you need a number 2 production, but he doesn't have to be a number 2 on the market.
We're just saying we got to trade for. We just said he's not. No one's going to pick it as an option. We got to make a trade for a nigga.
When we talking like free agency.
Yeah, like free agency. Like it'll have to be like okay, we trying to like all right. We gotta see who we can steal out here.
I think the way y'all would kind of like y'all always been, where y'all will find those good key role guys,
great players,
like that, and those guys will come there.
What I just said.
So
you said at the beginning that y'all are becoming a team where people will want to go there, and then we just drifted all the way over.
So a free agent. will choose
I'm just saying,
Detroit over
we don't
going
know for a fact that nobody really wants to go to Detroit just yet.
and Detroit has
Let's see what the free
nine.
agency look like this year before we go to that route.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Yeah. Then we had the Bucks and the Pacers. God damn it. God damn
Deontay
it.
called that one on the head, but Dame being out didn't help.
I don't think it would have
Well,
mattered.
Dame getting hurt is tragic.
Yeah,
Very tragic. It was sad as shit.
Correct.
Because this wasn't the plan. You know what I mean? Him leaving Portland for this
Yeah.
wasn't the move. So it's just like, what's the phrase? You can't catch a break. That's what it felt like.
He hasn't caught one since he's been in Milwaukee. He's still putting up numbers and all that, but every time it's around the time of the playoffs, something goes wrong. Giannis goes down. So we playing without Giannis. Then Dame goes down in like a game 3. And then you don't have either one of them out there, and they lose in the end of last year. This year, averaging 25 and 7. You get Giannis, y'all, okay, we ready to do this. Blood clot. Kick takes him out for a full month. They get the shit, they lose the game 1. He talking shit to Dame on the sideline. He said, wait till I get back. He comes back. He don't really do much because you could tell he's still out of it. And then next game goes down, non-contact injury, tore his fucking Achilles, and it's a fucking wrap because they didn't have a chance. They had a slim chance with him and Giannis because the supporting cast was not hitting on shit,
bruh. Just
and
non-existent
that
around.
That Middleton trade bit them in the butt.
What was Middleton gonna do besides not play?
Exactly.
He would have gave you
Kyle
more.
Kuzma at least was out there.
Hurt, bro.
Bro, wait a minute. Did you give us a Kyle Kuzma stat line last pod?
That one game he had this 0 all the way through, but I'm like, goddamn, it's still more than what you would have got out of Middleton.
He was healthy. That's why the trade went through. He wasn't hurt anymore. That's how the trade for Kuzma went through.
Who wasn't hurt anymore? Middleton went to Washington and didn't play until like 5 or 6 games after he got traded there.
I wouldn't want to play with them sorry motherfuckers either.
What? Court.
But see, Washington is going young, so they only made the trade to get rid of Kuzma. They had no intentions of actually using Middleton.
Washington traded for a lot of old players that just sitting on their roster. They got Brogdon, they got fucking Middleton. Who else? They just making trades just to clear all this space because I guess they can try to hope and pray that Durant want to come to DC.
Yeah, that's the sales.
I guess that's what they're hoping for him to go home.
Durant wants to go to another team to fuck that team up too. That's what he wants.
God damn it! There you go.
He wants to go to a team and say, you know what? I still have 27 and 8, but I ain't gonna help. My 27 and 5 gonna be the emptiest 27 and 5 you've ever seen in your life.
Man, he'll be there. We'll hear about trade rumors. That shit.
Watch how I give it up. Wherever team he goes, gonna be fucking toxic as hell. The team.
Damn. So that's what he did in
I'm telling you, within a month we're here. Well, Kevin Durant is not happy in Washington. We know that. We know that. We knew that.
He has requested a trade immediately.
Yeah,
he could go to OKC and they will say, "Go." Kevin Durant's not happy in OKC. Kevin Durant's not happy in Denver. Kevin Durant's not happy in Golden State again. Kevin Durant's not happy in Boston. Kevin Durant's not happy in shut up. He's not happy in Cleveland. Like, dude, all right, bro.
With the Bucks, they have an interesting summer ahead of them.
Trade him.
With that conversation is going to heat up soon. So
your whole core is pretty much gone. You're going to probably not re-sign Lopez. You're probably not going to re-sign Portis. Trade Giannis and get something for him. Take whatever the best offer is.
I mean, I think y'all should just. I mean,
they already said the Spurs and threw their name in that.
Well, no, because Dame won't even be back next year.
Dame going to miss all the next year, and then he has a player option. So I'm pretty sure we've seen the last time of Dame in a Milwaukee uniform, and then just go ahead and finish out your career somewhere. Whether he comes back to Portland, goes to Miami where he wanted to go before, or whatever.
I think that's a likely destination for him.
But like I said, he ain't going out like this. He ain't going out like this.
Time to trade Giannis.
If he does ask for a trade, I hope he stays East, yo. I'm like, bro, the West is so goddamn loaded.
That's why I think Miami is the better option for him.
If Milwaukee is going to trade Giannis, they are not going to trade him in the fucking East. I
No,
guarantee
I said San Antonio was probably they threw their name in the we're interested in traded for Giannis.
That would
We
not
all
be
know
fair.
that he's not going to the East. They're going to trade Giannis to the Western Conference.
That
But
would not be fair,
I
dog.
think Milwaukee at this point really need to strongly consider making that trade
That would be the most.
to whoever.
That would be the most unfair front court of all time.
But him and Wemby,
Hell yeah.
that's a tough time getting to the rim.
Yeah.
You you ain't gonna be doing too much shot blocking. Them niggas 7 feet plus shooting jumpers. So
I
hey,
think
you got a rough night.
Spurs will probably
And
be
they got
calling,
De'Aaron Fox.
depending on where Houston thinks they are. They probably call.
Yeah, because they
I
talking
don't
about
think Houston's going to call anybody until they see what happens with this fucking lottery. They got a couple picks in there that they might fuck around and end up with the number one pick.
Yeah, they could package them picks and
But
trade
they
them.
got the Suns, pick, and they got their own, and the Suns pick might fuck around and hit that lottery. So
Yeah,
I think they're gonna wait until that goes down before they make any kind of, decision on what route they want to go.
but see,
that
here's also a consideration. Even if let's just say they don't win the number one pick, you can still package them 2 1s and get a good player to upgrade the team. And plus, they're probably going to move on from Jalen Green. So
probably they need to
package some stuff up to make it interesting for somebody to get a more proven star. Like Houston should be calling about Giannis.
Would you want to get rid of Jalen, or would you want to make him a number 2 option? I wouldn't want to get rid of him.
You gotta move him.
The way you played in this fucking series, you played your way out of the fucking franchise at 9.
And he's at the point where his value is gonna warrant max. Trade him before you. I wouldn't give him the max. Trade him and let someone else give his ass the max.
we could get a little bit into it a little bit more, but specifically on him, I think he need to work on his entire game. Like he don't have a full game. It's just
he relies
athleticism.
too much on his athleticism.
Yeah, it's just all that, and he don't have no actual fundamentals. And when you going against teams that have role guys that are fundamentally sound, it's like night and day. And
they can put
when
the
you
clamps
can't
on
just
you.
get to your couple spots off athleticism, you're just like, because in the regular season he was putting up 30 and all that.
Yeah.
And you had 1 30-point game, and then the rest of them was like
duds.
You should have just been like Kuzma and just not score, because that's basically what you did. It's like, bro,
you bullshitting? If I'm Detroit, he gives them the scoring element that they might need.
Who?
Jalen Green.
I don't
He
think
gives you the scoring because see the thing is Detroit's not dependent on him. See, Houston needs him to be what he is.
But I just said before,
but he's not a star. He's not better than Cade.
I didn't say that. I said, would it be better to give him another star so he can play the Pippen role? That's what he would be if he played with the Pistons. Kincaid's a star. He would be the Pippen role.
No, he's not even the Pippen role on Detroit.
He's the Pippen role now, but he ain't even good enough to be Pippen. Sengun is the motherfucking man over there. That's your all-star.
The only reason why I brought Detroit up is because they have his twin brother, and I think that's somebody who, if I'm a team, I go after him. And if I'm the Rockets, I try to pair them two together. That's the only reason why I brought Detroit up. That has no way of happening. But if I'm a team, if I'm Houston, I want to put both of them brothers together. With Sengun, now we hey now. It's a problem. Because them kids got it. Them twins got it.
I think that's
and they
what
have the
happens with the
capital
draft
that
gonna be
Detroit
interesting.
could use too.
That you brought that up with Houston. Whatever happens there will be interesting because it gives them a lot of options. So even if they don't play the free agency, they can still keep building on what they got, and then next year they can if they want to make a splash. Because they kind of in the same space as Detroit. You know what I mean? It's like you turning it around. You trying to keep that trajectory up. So they're another team that was a surprise this year. So it's like, Keep it that way. But yeah, Jalen Green.
You think so? Deontay, you think he's the second option?
Who,
Who?
Green?
Yeah.
He is the second option in that fucking team. If you look at the
Do you feel
look
like
at
it's that because he's inconsistent?
that's why the man's been inconsistent the entire fucking season. But this series, bro, you have 4 out of 7 games where you had single fucking digits.
But see, they
Single
run.
digits.
But see, the
Come
thing
on.
is, Houston also puts the ball in his hand, and that's what hurts him when it comes to winning games.
Because when they in the half court,
The
bro,
ball is
their
his-
offense looks like shit. If
Yeah, I was.
Fred Van Fleet ain't jacking a 3 or they ain't throwing it down to Sungoon, the rest of their team looks like some shit.
And that's why I brought up Detroit, because the ball is in Cade's hand. That he's going to be the decision maker. You're not going to let
guess-
Jalen Green fuck your team up. Cade is going to know. Hold up, nigga, give me that. You go over there. This is my show.
I don't think he fits. Like I said, attitude wise, that's where I would. He don't fit.
See, he has the James Harden mentality without the James Harden game.
You know what I mean? And we seen how that worked for James. So, if I'm getting a way inconsistent version with the less fundamentals, it's just like, yeah, I wouldn't want him as my second option.
See, we got to remember how Jalen Green became a name on a terrible team. He's the guy who put the ball in the basket the most, and he had a bunch of highlight dunks. But the team was horrible. They built up a team, better coaching staff, and now his warts are exposed because the team is better, and you see where he's kind of causing a lot of the problems with that team.
He hasn't grown. Like when you look at Cade, you can see the growth in his play.
Yeah.
Like even in this series with the Knicks, when they was throwing different things at him, he was figuring out how to get into his
Like
groove.
you always said, G, the game is easy for Cade. He looks like
And you
he's in
see that
slow
with different
motion out there
guys.
because he's so far ahead of what's going on.
Yeah.
You look at a Shea, you look at all the young guys when they find they get those challenges and they find the end. Like, all right, how do I? And it may not happen in that series. It may take another season, and then they get in that next playoff postseason and they crack that code. So with Jalen, he hadn't been to this point yet, but
Yeah, the game hadn't slowed for him.
he still was like inconsistent in general. And it's like it's a lot of massive flaws with his game. Like I said, he don't have the fundamentals, and it's just like you can't just be I'm athletic, because if you ain't athletic no more, what are we gonna use? What are we gonna do with that?
Yeah, Derrick Rose. Anyway,
God damn it, that's all injuries.
But
nigga.
what's gonna give him a pass is the dude's like 23. He's
Yeah,
only
he got
like
hurt.
23, so that'll probably give him a pass. But in my book, if I'm the GM, I'm shopping his ass. That's
You
just
package
me
him with
personally.
2 first-round picks, you can get a solid player. That's again.
If you're gonna do 2 first-round picks, I'm getting Kevin Durant and something else from fucking Phoenix. They try to make another run with this
Bruh.
squad, but
y'all niggas will be
Sengun
11th
plays
seed.
what, the 4?
Houston will be the
or the
11th
5?
seed getting Kevin Durant's ass.
plays the 5. But when they ran with Adams, they put him at the 4.
Bro, if I'm Houston, give me Durant and Nurkic. No, Nurkic.
Why are you trying to get Durant? That nigga's a cancer. Y'all gonna lose.
Bro.
You need somebody that you can consistently believe is gonna put the fucking ball in the basket.
Houston will be in the play-in.
God. So you mean to tell me Kevin Durant should just retire?
Well,
That's what it sounds like to me from him. You know what I'm saying?
Every team you shot down, give me a team he can actually help.
He makes too much money to come off the bench. He needs to come off the bench at this point in his career.
For who?
Why does he need to come off the bench?
He is not. He plays he can't move laterally.
He can still block your shit if you get past him.
He don't play defense.
G,
you are mixing people up or something. Are you thinking about Bradley Beal and not Kevin Durant?
G, where can Kevin Durant go to actually help somebody?
The Pacers.
They're not going to trade for him. They like what Siakam gives them.
If Miles Turner is hooping the way he's hooping, and he's going to continue to hoop that way, bye Siakam.
They don't even play the same position. Siakam plays the 3.
Siakam plays the 4.
Siakam plays 3 and 4.
What?
He plays
Bye,
3 in
Siakam.
the yeah.
I
He
wouldn't
plays
lose
3 in the
He
Siakam.
plays
4.
the same position Kevin Durant plays.
Good. Bye, Siakam.
So you would trade Durant for Siakam, even though
And
Siakam
a
plays
couple
good
other
for the
pieces. If
Pacers.
I got some trade, yep. You said y'all
But he's
said
a
what
cancer,
team?
though.
You
But
asked
you
me.
said
You
that'll
asked
help.
me
And
what
he plays
team.
no defense, but Siakam does play defense.
And you, so that means you're turning the Pacers from a top 3 or 4 team to the play-in game.
Yep. Wherever he goes, he's gonna be in a play.
Well, at least you're
So in
consistent
other
with
words, that's
logic.
for Detroit to win.
Yes, wherever you said you're gonna be the play in.
So in other words, you're saying you want to trade to the Pacers so that can move the Pistons up another spot and get y'all home court advantage in the playoffs.
Not just say that. Actually, sounds
Yeah,
pretty good.
we know the selfishness. You ain't got to say it. We understand the undertone. So there's no team he can go to outside of maybe Golden State. He don't want to go to Golden State.
I don't think at this point in his career, I think his points are hollow ass points. That's what I think. I don't think he affects winning anymore. I think he's a great scorer, but he does not affect winning. My personal opinion.
Well, I wouldn't grade that off Phoenix because that
I'm
team
about to say, bro. I'm about to say the same shit.
that roster wasn't put together at all.
Yeah. It was
with any type of sense. I don't know why he went there personally, but that's
well, they blew up the team to get him. They blew the team up to get him.
Yeah, they blew it
up. Then they don't get a real fucking point guard, and you go put some more shit together to go get Bradley Beal. You have 3 motherfucking dominant ball, you know what I'm saying, scores with no point guard. Devin Booker is not a fucking point guard
at all.
I should try to keep Chris Paul.
You got too many ball dominant guys, and you don't really have that's going to play ISO. 3 guys that play ISO, no point guard. You don't have really no defenders. So it's like, and you bailed on money, and then you Bud, and it's like,
yeah, and you have a team.
Do you know what type of coach Bud is? Like, that's not the team you give Bud.
Yeah.
So,
because he's more of a defensive-minded coach anyway.
The nigga told Bradley Beal, "Can you play like Drew Holiday?"
Yeah, I need you to play like Drew. So
he knew his job was over with. That's what he knew.
That's what probably got him fired.
Yeah, that's probably what got him.
This guy to play defense. We don't need you, bud. You're expecting too much.
I would say attitude that would probably be more of a thing. I would say because you don't know what type of mood you might get a moody KD after a while, depending on the situation. But I wouldn't say what was going on with his play. Now he did get hurt, and so that affected them.
I'll give you a team that I think KD can help. Dallas.
I think Dallas will try to get KD.
They don't need him to play with so much defense because you have Gafford, you have Lockley at the 5, AD is your 4, which means Durant can play the 3. His boy.
Who the fuck are they giving up to get him on their team?
I'm just saying the team that could use him. I'm not saying that it can happen. I'm just saying
he needs to play the 4 at this point in his career.
Because honestly, they probably would lose Lively likely they would probably Phoenix would want him. That gives him a big, and I don't really know what else they got that's of any. But they're not gonna get they're not going after AD. They're not gonna get Kyrie, and they probably not gonna give up Gafford. But everyone else, they probably are expendable on Dallas.
Houston,
Clay's expendable.
Because he gonna have to be the star on Houston. You know, Durant don't like to be he don't want to be the voice or the star.
Well, on Dallas, he doesn't. Dallas, he's just one of the guys.
Yeah, Kyrie will be that person. So he don't go to Houston. He got to be the man.
Yeah, see, he boys with Kyrie, so him and Kyrie cool.
He don't have to be the man in Houston, bro. He can just be the fucking closer. Just be the closer.
And see, they have the coach. Hey. They have the coach that can mitigate some of the.
Ime Udoka could handle that.
Yeah, he can handle Durant's personality. Udoka's a proven winner, bro. Everywhere that man touch wins.
Yeah, Udoka.
Different than everywhere they win.
I don't trust Durant.
Well,
we
spending too much time on this shit. We have all the games on. We had the Denver series with the Clippers, win 7 games. James Harden no showed again in the game 7.
I wasn't surprised by the outcome.
Harden, man.
He is who we thought he was.
Remember his "I am the system" speech?
Yeah.
That's all I kept thinking about. I was like,
Yeah.
man, he really was kicking it that day too. Like, I am the system. Like,
I'll wait for y'all to finish. I just want to say something real quick when y'all done.
Nah,
Am I done?
nah.
and
James.
Yeah, go ahead, Sean. Go ahead. Go ahead.
and the other situation with that correspondent, he had that rant about Maury and Harden. That I thought about that too. I was like, man, where is he at? He his little rant aged
Body bag
gracefully.
that nigga.
I
Body
was
bag
like,
that
man,
Oh,
I
you
know
talking
he
about that dude, the dude on the arms? Oh, I know what you're talking about. When he
he
broke
was at the
down Harden's
desk
entire career.
and he was
Yeah.
like, I wish people would look at me like the way Daryl Morey looks at James Harden, like that
I
guy.
wish somebody believed in me the way Daryl Moore believes in James Harden.
Man, I know he popped about 12 bottles of spades for Game 7, like because it's like, bro, I called
Had
it.
the
I
champagne
called it.
hitting him. Had the champagne hitting him like Chris Bosh after the championship.
No, he looked like a more of a I poured in the glass with the glass tilted. He
With
looks
the
more
pinky
of
Got a
out.
bit
a
like that.
spray my
He
face
got a bit
guy,
like that.
you know.
It was the underhand, the underhand, the
Yeah, yeah,
cuppings.
yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
You know. You gotta
I
tilt
just
the
wanted to
glass so it bubble
say,
properly.
I just wanted to say to every dumbass social media influencer, especially what's that guy's name from Chi-Town? I told you on TikTok I can't stand.
You don't like OG?
OG.
You talking about yeah, you don't like
OG
OG.
and all these other people that think they know sports, all this other shit. For the Kendrick Perkins of the world and all these people who made that dumb for
Did they all pick
anybody
the
who
Clippers?
ever said
That James Harden was better than
James
Dwayne
Harden was
Wade.
thank you
Oh.
was better than D Wade. For any of you niggas that ever said that, I know me, I was like, you niggas are crazy. For anybody, you are some fucking goofies and fuck all of y'all. Every last one of y'all suck.
That
James
debate
Harden's better than
that
fucking
debate
D-Wade.
yeah, fell
I think
apart.
that might get us some likes and dislikes. I think we might get some numbers because of that take right there.
Well, you know, everybody that heard that debate, you know, you had different reactions to it, but the people that would say Harden, I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know what we basing this off, but
Yeah, you can't watch the pickup games at motherfucking LA Fitness area. That Harden ain't the Harden
James
you getting
Harden,
in the
step back.
NBA.
James Harden better than D Wade, a nigga who won a championship by his goddamn self in 06. Fuck you niggas talking about. James Harden's better than you. Niggas gotta stop.
and the
That's
thing
what
with
niggas
Wade
is born
too,
in.
Wade is proven in the postseason.
Yeah.
Like you
Niggas that
can't
was
say that for
born
bro.
in fucking in 1999 gotta relax on the dumb shit. All right, you gotta relax. Shit.
But
Because you ain't see niggas who.
and you know, Harden ain't by himself because Kawhi didn't show up either.
Yeah.
Only reason why he get a pass because he got a couple chips. He got one that he did by himself in
Yeah, he's
Toronto.
proven.
That's the
but
only reason
he
why he
still
gets
needed to
away with
show up.
murder. But
My nigga hit the podium after they lost though. I said, "Oh shit, my nigga on the podium." He talked to the media. Says we gonna lose, so you gotta say something. Now you gotta say something about.
Do y'all feel that? And I know it's a big difference in expectations when you talk about the Lakers and the Clippers. But do you feel like the Clippers go under the radar of the slander that someone like the Lakers or Boston, even a Miami would get Golden State
Absolutely.
if they spent the money that the Clippers have spent, the moves that they have done, the way they've gone in, you know what I mean?
Because
Like,
nobody expects them to win.
Yep. No matter how much they spend and who they get, they expect the Clippers to lose.
They expect the niggas to be competitive in the playoffs and make it and look good.
Them niggas expected to win when they first pulled off that Paul George shit. It didn't work the first year. It didn't work the second year. And then they never even got out of the first round or even the fucking play-in most of these times.
You're right. And that's
these
why they
motherfuckers was never
dragged
healthy.
their motherfucking ass after they lost. That's why they got drugged the hardest
Paul
during
George,
that
he's still
spell.
in?
yeah, the pandemic.
Yeah. That's why they got drugged so bad because of that shit.
Cause I, you know, having a couple of teams in LA, you see the different like conversations around certain teams, and I was just like, we just seen what happened with the Lakers, who to me the Lakers they weren't gonna go too far. They weren't a contender this year, in my opinion. The Luka move is the Luka move, but that's a future move.
Yeah,
That ain't
team
no
wise, they were they had a lot of holes as a
Yeah,
team.
we talked about it at nauseum about what they needed, and
Yeah.
they gotta address at some point. But they got cooked. Fine, it's the Lakers. You know that they get talked about all the time, so they're gonna get talked about when they ain't gonna get it done. Get it? Then you look at it across the street. It's like they spent a lot of money, man, and I'm like, man, if the other teams in LA did this, it would be a complete different headline.
Yeah,
And I just feel like they be scooting under the heat sometimes, and I'm like, man, y'all be getting by. I know y'all the Clippers, but if you gonna
yeah.
be in LA, you gotta get your lumps too. Like you
They
can't
the
just be
Chargers
going
of
under the radar
basketball.
with it.
The Clippers are the Chargers, the same team.
Now I
Let
won't
me
I won't argue that. I won't argue that.
question,
The Clippers did charger this. They did. They
question,
did.
fellas. What y'all think about this? Michael Porter Jr. What's the boy named the center the guy off the bench? Who don't get no burn.
DeAndre Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan and a couple future first round picks. I don't even think if they have any Deontay for Kevin Durant.
This motherfucker.
You're not gonna get adequate compensation for him. You're not. We know this already.
Michael Porter Jr., if they fuck around and win again, he just saved his job.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Because
true.
we know this is the last run with that core four.
I
But if
have
they
them winning championship too. That's what I feel like gonna win this bitch.
Who?
Denver.
It's one
Denver's gonna
game.
beat OKC, bro. Denver's
Yeah,
gonna win that fucking
I got
series.
them winning championship this year.
It's
I got them
early,
winning.
man.
Which we
I
didn't
got
talk about when we talk about the Clippers. We might as well get into Denver. So go ahead, Deontay. My bad.
well shit. I don't know their draft capital that they have right now, but I think that's a little reach right now, especially if Denver can still pull it off and win, like you say. If you
Yeah.
think they're gonna win, they're not gonna break it up. Because
Are
you
they
see,
over the cap? Are they over the cap?
not to my knowledge.
Okay. Okay.
But I know who is over the fucking cap. That team in Massachusetts. That motherfucker.
Oh, that's over. We'll get to them in a second. But yeah, yeah, man. I don't that guy,
If
man.
if Denver loses this series, then that idea is a consideration.
They're not losing this series. They're winning the championship, bro. If Golden State don't find a way to beat them, I think they'll win the championship.
Golden
Bro,
State is not going to win the series
slow
they're
down.
in now.
I got a
Wolves
dub
in
on that.
5, baby.
I
Wolves
got a
in
dub on
5.
that. I got a
You
dub
know,
on that.
Bet.
Minnesota
Bet.
beat Denver's ass last year with the same exact team, right?
Huh?
You do know Minnesota beat Denver's ass last year with the exact same team, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Said
the Wolves
Minnesota
is
beat
built to
Denver?
beat Denver.
Yes,
Yes.
Minnesota beat the
beat
shit
Denver
out
in
of
7 games. And
Okay.
Denver was up by 20 in game 7 and they lost.
Denver's playing OKC, and they're gonna beat OKC.
Okay, they can do that. And then they're going to play the Timberwolves in the Western Conference Finals.
They will be playing
I'm
Golden
gonna
State
tell
in the
you
Western
this.
Conference
them.
Final.
But we got
I'm
more.
gonna
We
tell you
got
this.
money on it.
Yep.
The
But we
Nuggets ain't
got a
gonna
poor
beat
man
us.
25.
Yeah, look, we do that. Yeah, let's do four man 25.
Poor
Right?
man 25.
Yeah, we do that. We
If
do
the
that.
Nuggets continue to play, Jokic got to put up 40, and if your two casting guys are not stepping up, it's gonna be a long series. Either
That's a
way,
fact.
but if they snuck this one,
Yeah,
but
let's
you
not act like
can't win
that.
all of them like that.
They
No,
shouldn't have won
absolutely.
this game. You don't think Aaron Gordon is going to be the guy who hit the game winning 3?
Yeah, like they won
Well,
on some.
Aaron Gordon already got another game winner in this playoff. Aaron Gordon been balling. In case you
He's the
missed it,
second best option for them.
Honestly, I'm the one who
the,
picked him to
the
beat.
one that's been garbage is Michael Porter Jr.
Last
He's
time I checked,
been
I
trash.
told y'all they were going
His,
to beat the Clippers.
Joker hasn't even been the best player on his own team until this game.
Yeah,
And
he been very
he's
normal.
because Zubac was locking that shit up. He was just a regular dude. It's been motherfucking Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray, and Russell fucking Westbrook that's been out there getting shit done.
Again, on why
That's
I picked
that's
Denver
why I
to
would
beat
like
the
Denver to
Clippers.
win, dog. I think Westbrook deserved one, especially that LeBron
Just
bullshit.
take it easy. That the Denver team is pretty stacked, but if they somehow don't win this series, I could see them moving off Michael Porter Jr. Like you said, they're planning on dismantling the team. But if they win this chip, they is keeping everybody. Michael Porter get a new contract, and Russ might get an extension. because Russ is balled out for them boys.
After that, go ahead, Sean.
I don't know how they. I don't like I said. The Wolves is built to be the spoiler for them. So I think that's a tough one for them.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's one game. It's a lot of things that they didn't do well that I feel like you're not gonna win every game that way. Game winner ain't gonna win you the game every night.
Yeah,
But
I think
that's
Oklahoma
crazy. The
City's
game
gonna.
was that close with a 42-22 and goddamn 6 stat line, and y'all 2 blocks, and y'all still almost lost. That's took every bit of that and then some in a miracle 3.
like
So
that's what I'm saying. It's
That
like
series
they
is
won
early.
on like a
Then
we stole that one.
We might need
Yeah,
to touch
they
back
did.
base about game
Like
5.
if you
And
keep
then
playing
we'll
from
see
the
how
we
that
gotta
series
steal it.
moves.
yeah,
The
that's
other
a fact,
side
Sean.
don't they want to get this done with at some
Yeah.
point. So it's just like they did things right and
Yeah.
you know they ended up the game winner. So Chet missing those field goals was the that kind of set up for the game winner. But
Yeah.
That
you know,
nigga moved Chet around like a goddamn piece of cloth, dog, like a paper towel. You about the way, my boy?
well
Move.
early on they were playing him a lot different. Early on he was physical with them. They
Yeah,
was getting they was crowding them every time that it was like they'll get the ball and turn their head. It was like we taking that still, give me that, and that's how they was killing them. And it's like if they continue to keep doing that, and you don't have this type of game, the next handful of games,
yeah.
it's
That's why
like
he started until he started getting to a shot a lot faster in the second. Had like he would make his move like floater.
yeah, because they was just
so a hook
they was
shot.
taking
He's
that
like getting
away.
moved.
Then
Like
wait
I
So
gotta
on.
get to my spots fast because
you
he put
got
a
to
bitch on the
think
floor. It was
like
on his helmet. Yeah,
if they're gonna go back to that, they're gonna keep going
yeah.
there until you really stop that. So because they was getting points off turnovers, so
They
that's
made the nigga work. He just didn't get tired. I think they was banking on the nigga getting tired too.
who.
Yo,
No, I don't think it was that. It's just adjustments. It's different
Yeah.
situational things. Like what they was doing on early on, Denver was like, all right, we got to find a way around that, and it was just back and forth. I mean, the whole time OKC had a lead, so it won't like, what I mean, it won't like they was chipping away. It was just like they were just hanging around. So it's one of those things.
Yeah,
You kind of want to
I
kill
think
them.
game 5, we might want to wait till game 5 to kind of really see how this series is really heading.
I
Because
think it's gonna
this
be
is another
good
series
though.
that has a good chance of going 7.
I think it's going 7. I think it's going 7. I do.
Because the thing, like we just talk about MPJ, like I don't see him being anywhere in this. Murray, he gonna have his up and down. He gonna be in there somewhere. Russ is motivated, so he's gonna play.
Yeah. Aaron
And
Gordon has to be
you
the key
just
guy.
got a Joker that's Joker,
Yeah.
but that don't mean he won't go back to how he was looking the other series because he was
Yeah.
shaky that whole series. So it's like
Yeah.
So, and
if I'm
like you were saying,
OKC, I'm a more deep and I'm a better defense than what the Clippers is. I'm gonna look at what they was doing against you too. I'm mixing it
Yeah.
up. I'm
Yeah.
throwing everything at you now. So it's like that's the thing where I think that's where it's gonna get interesting. Who really figures out the game plans that you know
Yeah.
to find those advantages. But
Yeah.
credit to Denver though, they put up 66 on a statistically great defense. You know what I'm saying? So
They did. They did.
in the
Yeah,
second
and
half, I should say, they put
yeah.
up those 66 points in the second half. So
Yep.
that ain't no light defense.
Not at all. Not at all. Um, the Knicks to beat the. So we talk about the Knicks. The Knicks beat the Pistons. We had Cleveland sweep. We had Boston beat Miami and
Orlando.
Orlando real quick. We ain't gotta talk about that one. That was another snuff film. Didn't even fuck about them niggas. Second round. Right now, I think almost everyone
Cleveland
lost the
lost
first home
and
game.
Boston lost.
Yeah.
Boston
You said
shot themselves
Boston
out
lost, Cleveland
and
lost, and OKC lost.
Yeah,
all the top seeds. But I think
Yeah.
the
the
road
thing
teams
with Boston has to realize there's no reason in fucking hell you should be shooting 45 3.
Oh no, they didn't shoot 45 threes. They shot 60. They missed 45.
Yeah,
That's
they
even.
missed
You know what I'm saying?
45.
Like, at what point do you have to realize, okay, this is not? And the thing is, you were winning, and you
I said
still
that.
jacking these shits up, bro.
But
Come on.
I
the
did
third
say
quarter,
that.
they took 20 shots. 19 of them were 3 points.
I
And
did
then
say
that's
that.
then wonder how you lose a game that you were controlling the entire game.
I said that a long time ago. I said they would shoot themselves out of series. They keep
Just,
it up.
and the thing is,
And y'all was like, they got a team they can do it. They got the shooters to do it. I said they do, but they can still shoot themselves out of a game.
they're probably better than the Knicks, but I think what they did was they gave the Knicks momentum and juice to be like, we can beat these niggas.
And Cat
That's
and
the
he
consequence,
Cat
not
didn't
the
have
fact that
Cat
they.
was cold as fuck the second half. He ain't do shit.
It's the fact that you open the door for a team that you probably should win in 5 games against. Now you've turned
Do
this
you
into
realize, Cord, I don't mean to cut you off, but do you realize the odds for it being a sweep, it's fucking higher than it was of it being going 5 games. This
you know what
was
I'm
more
saying?
likely to be a sweep than anything.
They expected Boston to dominate these niggas, and they've created a window for
They
them
beat
to
it what 4
possibly.
times in the regular season?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but see, they
the
created.
Knicks hadn't beat nobody that was top three. They
Yeah,
were
they ain't
0
beat
and
nobody
10
that was.
against top three teams.
They smacked
0
the
and
dog.
4 against the Cavs, 0 and 4 against the Celtics, and 0 and 2 against OKC.
Mm.
And so now you give that team momentum. You give them some juice. You give them a breath of life.
Better
Now
hope.
you've made this series harder than what it needs to be.
But I got a question for all three of y'all. This shooting debacle, was this worse than the Houston debacle about 5-6 years ago when they missed 27 straight 3-pointers? Which is worse?
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no only because that was game 7, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying no because that was game 7.
I'm gonna say yes because of the simple fact that you were controlling this entire game and didn't need to keep shooting that shit. Houston needed to keep shooting. They weren't in control of that game.
They weren't
Boston
out of it either, but they were shooting them.
Boston was controlling they were up by damn near 20 points at one point. Y'all still shooting
They
fucking
were up
threes.
20. They were up 20.
What we still shooting threes for?
I
We're
think.
up 20. Attack the basket.
What's your
If that's an open
answer,
three,
Sean?
attack the basket.
I think the situation was, at Game 7, that series had everything in it. I I think it was just as egregious. Let me say that because situation was different though, because I think Houston felt like they was trying to outshoot Golden State. Like they shoot threes, we can shoot them too. It felt like that, and it was like, yeah, you could go to the paint though. Like you can hit the paint. Like they're giving you lanes, bro. Like you could just take those opportunities and create more offensive scoring possessions, and they just weren't. They just was pulling it, and it's like now I don't know the data and the details, so it may be worse on that with the 27, but this 45 is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
have to say it has to be the Rockets joint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's
You
just
have
the
to
game
realize.
7.
Do you have to realize how many times you missed that fucking 3? 27?
Straight.
Everybody on the court that's shooting that motherfucker, that shit is not going in, but y'all still
Nobody.
shooting that shit.
That's like
At
Antoine Walker. He shot
least you
over
see it
14.
go in every now and then, what Boston was doing.
Right.
At least you saw it going in the fucking hoop. But after the 10th missed, bro, somebody has to grab hard. Trevor Ariza, PJ Tucker, somebody say, go to the fucking basket, bro.
Because the thing
You can
is,
say the same thing about Boston.
it felt like Golden State weren't even in a rhythm yet when they was doing all this. It was like Golden State was kind of still waiting to like find an opening to kind of capitalize on, and they was
Yeah.
just like,
And that
yeah,
was
we're
close
just spamming
game.
the 3.
It wasn't like Houston was up 20 and still jacking that shit. They were nip and tuck that whole game. Boston was in complete control of the game and still
I
throwing up
think
some
Boston
bullshit.
did it. Boston
Well,
probably did it
Boston
because
was settling. Boston was settling because they didn't feel like working no
That
more.
makes it even.
Yeah,
That means I'm making a conscious effort to choose not to take a 2-pointer.
Yeah, I think
Houston,
Boston
like you
kind of
said,
feels
felt
like
the
we're
need
gonna
to.
win this series. I think Boston kind of looked past these niggas like, bro, we about to win this series.
I don't even think
That's
they
why
look
it was
past them.
worse.
I think they just a lot of things went wrong. When you look at what happened with Tatum and Brown, they both were bad. Like
Brown
bad.
playing hurt. I give him his pass. Tatum was trash.
That's fine. Still bad. It's
Take
like
your ass to the rim.
Watch, you gotta break it up. You keep Jalen Brown. You're gonna break it up. Just want to say that. Go ahead.
it's you know, like you
He
14
is
for
an advocate
43.
for player movement.
When you 14 for 43, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's both of them, and it ain't just offense. They was asleep on defense, both of them. Because I know people like to lean it on one or the other every time, but it's both of them in this game.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, man, y'all the two guys. Even White didn't have a good game, so it was like your third option didn't play well. So it was
And
like,
we're
hey,
up by
man,
20, and my
this
key
is
players
when
aren't playing well,
the
and I'm
things
up
that
by
ain't
20.
working, you need to make the adjustments, and you need to find the answers to the issues. And Missoula needed to find those, and they didn't do it. Meanwhile, OG is over there putting up 29, and it's like, yeah, y'all see that, right? And then Brunson gonna do what he do.
Yeah.
The sick part about it, the game was close.
I said Boston gonna drag it. They down by they wouldn't be there by 20. Boston about to win this game. I looked out like, hold up, wait a minute. 105, 108, where the fuck this one was? I said, hold up. How the fuck
they was up 20 with like maybe 5-6 minutes left in the third, and then it just
The fourth quarter started with an 8-0 run by the Knicks. 8-0 run.
And then that shit went to like a 53-30 run for the Knicks.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And Boston missed goddamn 45 threes in that segment, probably. We up comfortably. All our key players are playing bad. We're up by 20 with them playing bad.
I'm gonna give credit to the Knicks defense in some form because they was taking away the easy reads.
Yeah.
You had them taking away the easy reads. They were switching with Cat, I should say. And OG, Hart, Bridges, they playing help, cover, all that. They doing all that. And it's like they keeping them off that three as much as they wanted to. And it's like, bruh, do you not see what they're doing? Like,
yeah, they're giving you the fucking counter. Basket.
So, it's like, bruh, what is this? Like, I think the officiating was weird too, but that's a different conversation. I don't want to make it about that, but another problem, and this is on top of the living with the three thing, dying by the three. Jalen and Jason, they have this horrible habit of taking the toughest shot in the world instead of doing the most simple thing to do, and they're capable of doing it. And then in this game, they did that all the way through.
Yeah,
but like Jason Tatum taking a step back three when you have Jalen Brunson on you,
bruh. Take the.
Then you got to do a 360.
Take his ass down that low block, nigga.
From the half
court. That low block.
Just make take what they're giving you, and then take advantage of it.
Yo, to the hand, nigga, hand. That nigga loves his bitch with this 6'2" nigga on me.
Exactly.
It's like
small turnaround hook shots on this dumbass all night.
They love taking those contested shots and the bad ones. It's like
he could hit nigga with the Jokic hook shot for the whole game,
bruh.
Yeah, 2 dribbles.
You could have been on your mellow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
2 dribbles. They gonna come with a double team, wide open shot.
You could have been on your mellow.
Makes too much sense.
Yeah,
bully ball.
Jesus Christ, Melo's not a bully ball. Melo's a fucking savage on a low block. Hey, oh, excuse me. Damn. You know what? My ribs.
You know what I mean?
My ribs.
You gotta, because the Knicks want to play gritty. That's the whole identity.
Yeah.
Give them that energy back.
Yeah.
Like, this Boston game just made that series far more interesting.
Yeah.
I think the Pacers Cleveland series that's gonna go down
That's
the
gonna be
wire. I think
fun.
that's gonna be an interesting
Speaking
series as well.
speaking of which, Indiana did win that first game, but right now they're down at the half, 61-50. That
They were
don't
down
mean
by more than
much.
that too. They
Yeah.
were down by at least 15.
And
Jesus.
Mitchell got 21. He is not fucking around.
He has to. There's no Garland, no Hunter,
Yeah.
no fucking Mobley.
Yeah, they all
I
out.
said this is an easy game for the fucking Pacers, and of course they out here looking like ass.
He, he getting some help though.
Cheeks McAss has made his guest appearance in Indiana.
Cheek ass.
It
Friend
was
of the show.
me.
Friend
It
of the
was me
show.
all
Friend of the show.
along. But Strus got 14. Jared Allen got 10. And Miro got 9. Those are the scores they have right now. On Indiana's side, Turner has 15. Siakam has 6. Naismith has 8. Yeah, and Halliburton has 8. 3 and 1. He only got 1 assist, which is crazy. He gonna fuck my parlay up. I had nigga for 8 assists tonight. God damn it. My parlay's chopped the shit because of this nigga. God damn it. Ah, fuck. Anyway, he's not gonna give me 7 assists in the second half. If they do, they win. If he does, they win.
He need to in order to win the game. He better get 7 assists.
The name of this pod is Cheeks McAss has showed his face again. That's
Yeah,
what the name of this
that's the
pod
title.
is. Cheeks McAss has
Oh god.
Game 1 with them. Same kind of similar issues that Boston had on defense, where you just didn't see them disciplined, and it was like, yo, this looks like. Do y'all want to play today? Like, Cavs didn't look committed at all. Then you had Spider. He was just forcing the score. Like, I'm gonna score some kind of way. It's like, bro, table set. Be the facility. Like, find another way right now to get in the rhythm. It's just like, nah, I got to get buckets. And it's like, well, you're missing opportunities to make kick-out passes and get the ball in the bucket. So, and the pace was like, bet, we going to get our looks. And they got them.
and they were hitting them.
Another game where the switching was a big thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With Allen and them. Allen and Hunter and them was at max. The defense was just like, off ball, they was asleep. It was just like, bro, y'all wake. Like,
hell nah, my boy.
It's like
Next game.
Somebody wake them niggas up, bro.
We
They
on game 2,
the controller died. That's how it looked.
We wait for game 2, my boy. What you talking about? Hey, wait
It
for
looked
game
like
2.
the controller was unplugged. It was like somebody
Battery
plugged the
ran
controller
out,
back
yo.
in. Like,
Yeah, the battery ran out too. They ain't had no battery.
yeah, bro, it was bad.
They was sick. They couldn't find a cord. Hurt though. All right. And then we got Golden State and Minnesota tonight. I got Minnesota winning this game, this first one.
So you think the road team gonna keep the streak?
Yeah, right now I think Golden State win game 2. I think Golden State win game 2.
Wait a minute. He said the road team keep the streak. Golden State's the road team. But you said Minnesota.
That's right. Yeah. So no, I think Minnesota wins tonight. But Golden State will take game 2. But Minnesota should win tonight. I think it'll be a close game.
Rudy Gobert gonna have 20 and 20 again on these little motherfuckers.
If he do, the Warriors definitely losing.
That'll be they're getting their ass beat.
If Gobert does that, they definitely going home.
Unless Ant only give you like fucking 15 and 6 because he off tonight and shit.
If he give you 15 and 6 and motherfucking Rudy Gobert give you 20 and 20, Randall gonna give you 23, and that's it.
Shit.
Because that's what you need.
Draymond gonna get himself ejected trying to get in Julius Randle head.
Draymond, kick the nigga in the dick, yo. Kick him in the dick. First play of the game. Right there. Take him out. Take him out of the game.
2, he's gone. He did it on purpose. Get him out of here.
Kick him in the cock.
What is this play called?
All you gotta do is stay in front of Julius Randle. He'll shoot himself out the game. You ain't got to do all that.
Yeah,
Randall and Nas got to be who they been. And
Yeah,
they do. Real shit.
For them to do what they want to do.
Giannis is over in 5. I think it's going to go 6.
so a gentleman's sweep for Minnesota.
I think, yeah,
And
I think
Ant-Man is on a mission to kill all the legends. He killed Kevin Durant last year. He killed LeBron, and he's about to kill Steph Curry. Get
He's a
these niggas
legend
out of
killer.
here.
he's going home in 6.
Randy Orton is gonna give him the legend killer gimmick.
He's going home in 6. Next year, Ant. Next year.
I would say I don't know if Buddy Hield gonna have another legacy game, but
Buddy Hield will score 3 points tonight. That's it. He had his game.
Yeah, Pajimski's gonna
oh,
get
he
this
hit the
time.
court. I got mine.
Yeah, earn my
Yeah.
that.
They need Pajimski because he been hot and cold like a motherfucker, bro.
For
He
who?
has not had a Pajimski. He need a hoop.
For what?
You heard me.
For Minsky. Whatever the fuck his name is. That's what he's trying to say. That's what he's saying to you. Whatever the fuck his name is.
Oh, you mean Kaminga?
Yeah,
No, he said Promisky, the white boy.
Nigga, they the
Kaminga
same.
Get a
is
shot
not
in
gonna
on
see the
Kaminga
floor.
some kind of way.
They the
out of
same
pocket.
player,
See, y'all gonna shit on my nigga Pajimski like that.
bruh. He's shitting on himself,
Brandon, we gonna call him Brandon. All right, how about that? Yo, Brandon's gonna hoop tonight.
bruh. He
Brandon will give me 15. Watch, Brandon will give me 15.
They gonna need it.
Yeah,
Oh, you mean like
because if Buddy go back to being Buddy,
yo. Hey y'all, now Buddy gotta keep up this whole this fucking with but that's why he's getting so hot right now. He fucking with this Jimmy Butler shit, yo. That's funny as hell, man. Jimmy Butler. Like, yo, chill out. That was funny though. But no, that was all the games, man. Y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about?
That's it.
That is it. Well, listen, we are out of here. Again, thank y'all for listening, tuning in, everything. You're going to watch Golden State win tonight, even though I said they're not going to win tonight. They're going to surprise everybody and win. Yeah, fuck Kevin Durant because he's going to fuck around and torture any team he go to. Yeah, man. Dame get better soon. Yeah, fuck Kevin Durant. All right, we out. Peace.